Welcome to Dataliction Essentials, where we turn one powerful idea into 10 minutes that will help you think clearly, lead better, and grow faster. My name's John, and today we're talking about something that's on every leader's mind: AI. Not the hype, not the headlines, but the real reason AI initiatives succeed or fail. Because right now, across industries, we're watching a pattern. Companies are rushing into AI. Budgets are being allocated. Vendors are being chosen, vetted. But behind the scenes, most of these efforts are not working. The AI is fine. The models are smart. The tools are built. But the impact, that's missing. And why? Because success with AI has less to do with the technology and everything to do with the organization trying to implement it. That's the real story that no one is really telling right now. The tools aren't broken. The companies kind of are. Or more specifically, the assumptions inside of those companies are. Leaders are assuming that plugging in AI is sometimes just like plugging in a printer. You install it, click go, and results just show up. But AI doesn't work like that. It's not a plug and play magic wand. It's a system that only works when your people, your processes, and your priorities are truly aligned around it. Let me give you a picture, okay? Imagine trying to install a state-of-the-art GPS, which I love, by the way, into a car with 4 flat tires. I would not love that. Navigation might be perfect with that GPS, but you are not going anywhere. That's often what it looks like to have AI in a company with outdated systems or siloed data, unclear roles for the team, low trust. The tool, that's excellent, but the vehicle is not ready. So the question then becomes this: how do you beat the odds? And what odds am I even talking about? Okay, statistically, most AI projects fail. It depends on the study, but there's a powerful study from MIT that just came out. 95% of AI projects are failing across industries, from manufacturing to financial services to healthcare, even tech-forward environments. Failure is the norm. Which means that companies that are getting the real ROI, they're not just lucky. They're doing something different. They're approaching AI not as a tool, but as transformation. And that starts with ownership. Okay, what do I mean by that? First, every successful AI initiative has a clear owner, okay? Not just someone who's excited about the tech, but someone who can bridge the business problems with the technical possibilities. Someone who doesn't just know what AI can do, but knows what the business actually needs. Okay? Without that, AI becomes just some side project, a pilot that never leaves the lab, a cool demo that never makes production. And once that happens, trust erodes. The rest of the team starts to tune out. They've seen this movie before, and they're not buying that ticket again, okay? So here, this is why ownership matters. But so does translation. Because another major barrier to AI, is successful communication. You've got technical teams who understand the models. Great. Then you have business teams who understand the problems. Great. But they don't speak the same language. If you've ever been in a room with them, you know that. And so without a translator between them and putting them in the middle, AI just becomes an academic experiment instead of a business solution. So if you want to beat those bad odds, get into that 5%, you got to prioritize translation. Who in your company can speak both dialects, tech and ops, sit in the room with the data scientists, and then walk into a team, of ops people and really have it make sense. If you don't have that person, you need to find one or train one or become one, because I'm telling you right now, that bridge is what turns the potential that is AI into true performance of ROI. Okay. And then there's trust. AI introduces a whole new level of fear and uncertainty, unfortunately. People worry that it'll replace them. They really do. But leaders worry that then it's going to backfire. Teams worry that no, they're going to have to change everything that they're used to. And here's the truth. They're not really wrong. AI will absolutely change the way that you work. But the companies who win are the ones who talk about that openly. All right. They don't try to hide it. They don't try to sugarcoat it. They bring it to the table and they start listening. They say, yes, this will change your job and my job and our company. Yes, this will feel uncomfortable at times. But here's what we're going to do to support you through it. Here's how we're going to, make using AI valuable to you and not less. You're going to be more valuable, not less. When trust is high, experimentation is possible. But when trust is low, even the best tools will go unused. Building that culture of transparency, safety, and shared purpose, it is not optional anymore. It is required. So finally, let's talk about focus. Okay, we talked about a lot of stuff so far, but AI can do 1,000 things. But that's the trap. If you try to do all of them, and I've seen people try, you'll do none of them well. The companies seeing real returns, they generally pick one problem, one use case, one outcome, and they get specific. Not, we're doing AI, but we're reducing invoice processing time by 30%, using an LLM classification or something like that, okay? Not we're building a chatbot, but we're cutting tier 1 support tickets in half by automating intake and routing. You see how it gets very specific. We've been doing this as strategy for a long time as leaders, but I'm telling you, AI loves clarity. It performs best when the goal's obvious, the inputs are structured, and the outcome is measurable. So if your AI efforts feel stuck, ask yourself, are we actually clear on what we're solving? Beating the AI odds is not about finding the perfect vendor or hiring the smartest engineer. It's about leading and leading with focus, building clarity, aligning every team and every team member, not just around the tech team, but around what real success looks like with implementing and adopting AI. So if you're a leader, and you probably are if you're listening to this, you're trying to figure out why your AI projects might not be working or landing right, start here by asking, 1, do we have clear ownership? 2, do we have someone translating across the business and technical divide? 3, have we earned the trust with our team to support the transformation that's ahead? And 4, are we solving a real problem with a clear outcome? Because at the end of the day, artificial intelligence, AI, is not your competitive advantage, period. It's just not. How you implement it, it is. You see what we did there? The tools are available to everyone, but the discipline to use them well, that's what separates the companies that win from the ones that just waste time, waste money, waste, morale, chasing another failed pilot, like all 95% of those. Hey, thanks for listening to this Dataliction Essentials episode. For your next step, please sign up for our newsletter. You can go to dataliction.com, go to our LinkedIn. Every single week, we're sharing super easy to use, easy to understand, but powerful tools to help your company move forward. All around AI, we got a big focus on that right now. Let's keep turning all of this learning into action, that action into growth, and we'll see you again next time.